Hello, hello.
Greetings, fair travelers.
It is only us, Anikron and Ticket.
Yes, we
Ah,
are the only ones who survived yesterday's party.
yeah. It was our Finn's birthday, so it was fun, and we really needed to move because Saturday is kinda packed with. Well, weekend is generally packed. So yeah, we moved our little review of seasonal, well, specifically spring 2021 for this Sunday. Uh, Unfortunately, we lost people during the
along,
way.
along the way.
To
So yes,
not be
Finn
that,
should Finn should come shortly, but
to not be completely grim. It's more of kind of a spring killed people.
yeah.
It was that packed.
Um,
I would say that I was really lucky that my timing with some job just got right to actually watch quite a bit of shows.
well, even though I finished with all of my exams, I actually didn't get too much time, so I kind of finished like 4 or 5 shows up. So yeah. However, I did drop a couple of them. So we'll be getting to that.
Mm-hmm. Right then.
Some other stuff, for some other stuff, yeah. Just
You need to be a little bit louder. You're kind of quiet or closer to the
sorry,
mic.
let me take a little bit of my glass. Okay, we're good.
Very well. Let me just
Yeah.
see where's our little scene. There we go.
Yes. Let's see. Zombies.
I can share you to Discord so you can have this list directly.
It's all good.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I mean, we don't need to really go. Well, as this is sorted by popularity, but specifically on AniList, so it doesn't represent anything or that.
Yeah.
And as I think it's not even truly sorted. Hmm. Shall we maybe sort by score, or
I
just to
don't
leave it
think
like
I
that?
don't think there's I don't think there's a need to. I mean,
Yeah,
we can just
true, true.
go along the way and just you know do
Yeah,
that.
true, true. Well then, I may as well start with something that I think no one literally watched. Just a second. Just a second. We're gonna do focus, not chat, just to handle things a little bit. Uh,
Uh, yep. Yep. Just a second.
bots ruin everything. Sorry for this, folks. Well, let's return.
That should do the trick.
Thank you very much,
The
Benson.
more of them, the more of them that come in the early stages, the less we're going to have to deal along the way.
So, My Hero Academia season 5 still going, by the way, and I would say the best part actually is coming up. Uh it's a little bit weak season just
Really?
because, well, the first part definitely is they kind of helped with definitely helped with animation. Budget did it works, and they
Okay, so the quality is up.
yeah, and they rearranged even some events for kind of bigger, uh, big boom for end of the season, I will say.
Okay.
So
So I got
we
a question for you.
yeah.
So, without spoiling too much, since I kind of know what's happening in the universe and stuff like that, where does the current uh, part of season 5 put us in the story?
Uh, I mean the first part is mostly the freaking uh, tournament between Class A, Class B. It is just before the second. I'm forgetting now how they called it. That license thing that they went for. They, they
The
they they
examination both.
they pretty much went after that. They need to go to some of the older heroes to actually work with them.
Yeah.
And in this thing currently, it's literally Midoriya, Bakugo, and Toshiro.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, with Endeavor. So spring
Yes.
beer. Spring is better than winter season last. I'm almost forgetting what was in
There
the
was a
winter.
lot. There was a lot of good stuff. I'll just check it right
There
now.
was good stuff in
No
winter,
worries.
but this one was, I will call it a surprise season. There were so many
Yeah,
surprises this one.
it was very packed.
Yeah,
So like it wasn't even, yeah, like you had a lot of really good stuff, and more importantly, you had a lot of surprises too.
yeah.
Like Shadow's house came out of nowhere,
Shad-
literally.
Shadow's house came out of nowhere. Vivi was like, what?
Yeah, Vivi.
Unexpected, just doing not the original. It was the work of the of them. Sword Art Online, I think. No, sorry, not Sword Art Online. The ReZero. He wrote
Yeah.
creator. That he wrote Vivi, and I mean there are a lot. We will go through. So,
Yep. There
uh,
are there are stuff.
but I will say that I, for example, didn't like some that were really popular this season too. Like
Thinking
literally
guys,
the
yeah,
next one here on the list. Uh,
Tokyo Revengers.
yeah.
So I heard a lot of people talking about it, but I never got to see actually what it is.
Uh,
Because the entire premise didn't sound like something that I would genuinely, watch out of my own free will, without actually hearing something from a person that I have confidence in. Tell me,
uh,
is it actually interesting or not?
For
So
me,
yeah,
for me, it's not. Maybe because I don't like gangs, especially high school gangs. And returning for time is a little bit tricky concept if you do it right. First of all, I really can't stand the main character. First 3 episodes, I couldn't. I just don't want to follow his story. It's practically that as I remember now, because I watched literally the first 3 and I forgot about the show later. Uh,
okay.
he's joining the gang, actually now forcing himself to join the gang because that gang gonna kill his girlfriend. And I think that
Okay.
there's actually a break where he saves someone. I think he saved brother from his girlfriend, something like that. I'm not remembering correctly completely, but the point was that he pretty much accepted at some point. I think that he can't save her, but they want to actually change the gang to not become what's gonna be in the future. But
Okay.
concept okay, but the main character is such a crybaby to no end, and I don't find one thing appealing about following him. Just
Okay, but just a question. One thing that you say, like doing stuff with the past. Uh, did you refer to? Is that actually some sci-fi in this, or were they actually You know, showing
I
moving forward
don't
fast
know how it
or
happens.
forward.
No, there was no explanation by that point. How he returns.
Wait, so he legit returns through time.
He legit returns to certain point of time
What?
constantly.
So it's Groundhog Day.
Not really, because it continues to a certain extent. I'm not sure till he died. Uh, but there were some skips, so it's weird. It was weird. I said I was actually interested in that part of the story that maybe gonna be explained how is that happening, but I feel that they will not even touch that, how he's doing it. It's like they accepted, oh, that's how he returns. Let's use that to change something. The problem is the gang, for me, it's really not interesting either. It's just a bunch of assholes for me. Maybe at least what I saw in those 3 episodes, no one was appealing to me. So I was so not interested in this. And people were like hyping this up before spring season a lot.
Like here's the thing. This is so I read this somewhere that this was actually a movie to anime translation. So
No,
this
no,
was
no,
actually
no,
a
no.
live action movie
No, no, no.
before the anime.
There is manga, and I think there was already live action of this.
Yeah, live action.
But
That's what I'm
the
saying.
source is manga.
Okay, so there is a manga. Okay, I
Uh,
didn't know that. And I didn't know that. Okay, thanks for elaborating
So
a
yeah,
little bit.
that's pretty much from me for Tokyo Revengers.
So,
If anyone watched and want to add something on that, please do, especially in our YouTube comments.
I didn't like.
Uh,
I'm not really sure that it will be my shtick, anyways. So yeah.
but the next one,
Okay, to your eternity. I paused a little bit due to my exams at episode 7.
Mhm.
So I mean, I've read almost the entirety of the manga, so I know what's happening uh, in the story, and seeing how they adapted the before mentioned material
Yeah,
and
by
what I
that,
saw,
okay.
I can expect it's really good.
Yeah, it's really good. For me, my maybe least favorite arc, they brought it kind of back to me to actually like it.
Yeah, yeah.
So
You did mention that you really didn't like the Gugu arc.
yeah, I don't know why it didn't work for me in manga. Maybe because that skip, because I was really connected to the characters that were happening in the last arc before. I
Okay.
mean, uh, but they did characters right, and I don't know. It works. It just works now. Maybe because
It's like Todd Howard.
oh no. Look, it will be more like a replayability thing. Oh, greetings, Terror. With simply, I already read pretty much as much as you of manga.
Yeah,
Uh,
I dropped it in the. Yeah, we talked about it.
yeah. Uh, but the thing was, I kind of skipped through, especially this one. Just start to watch Tokyo Revenger. Please do tell Terror your opinions on it, because I
Yeah,
really didn't like it, and I was like 3 episodes in.
yeah. And as always, if you want us to take this discussion with our viewers, you can either pose the questions here or you can pose the questions when we get the clips on YouTube.
YouTube comments
Yes,
are always welcome.
yes.
Of
Wait, so
course,
there are two versions.
uncensored. There are always uncensored version. Look, by this point there is no anime with no second version, and it's called Blu-ray.
Okay, fair.
But
So yeah,
yeah,
like to your
but To Your Eternity, yeah,
yeah.
big recommendation. I I pretty much expect they do whole series. It uh no, they're like I'm forgetting now. They're 13 episodes in, I think, and there will be
Yeah,
20
and there will be
episodes.
20. There will be 20 episodes. Yeah, which is, you know, a bit of a surprise. That's a really weird number. So, I mean, with the opening scene, we can see what they are planning to, you know, visualize. So I like the pacing that they've shown so far. I liked where they are going to stop with the story. When it was first announced, I think it should have got in October last year. So it should have been, I think, in autumn even.
Yeah,
And they delayed. And kudos to that because they are doing a really good job, right?
yeah.
So,
By the way, Terror, yeah, I actually watched Zero episode too. So, oh, after the, uh, I don't know. We will see. Okay, continue. Sorry.
no, that's it. That's it, kind of. I just know where they are going to stop it. And it's a really good place, you know, to stop it because that's when some very serious things in the story happen.
Yeah, it's big twist. It's almost. I hope they do the big saga. I will say it like that. From manga, and
Yeah.
the biggest skip that they could easily do, like pretty much. I would even call it a spin-off because it kind of ends. It kind of ends. Oh, well, that's is why I don't like it. I'm not really good with dramas.
Yeah.
But yeah,
This man does not like his dramas.
but To Your Eternity, big recommendation. Now, next one that you skipped and you didn't like.
Actually, I was planning to return to this because a lot of people said, "No, wait, it actually gets wholesome," and I was just like,
Yeah,
I was depressed the first episode. It
it,
really needs to get really wholesome.
it will, but it really worked especially on that. What was I mentioning? Literally after the first episode, it was pretty much the way they communicate with each other. She doesn't know how to communicate with him. She doesn't know to communicate her feelings, and we're talking about now. Do not toy with me, Miss Nagatoro. First episode is hardcore on that. The the way that you think it's gonna go with the bullying, but you see more and more how their dynamic grows to really nice and wholesome, and especially at the end, it's really sweet. So
So basically, someone put this. This is a story about two very, you know, socially awkward people getting to know each other.
pretty much, yeah. Don't toy with me, Nagatoro. We're currently talking. There. So yeah. Uh, I don't know. I really enjoyed the show. I genuinely didn't had one episode that I didn't like. Whoa, that is a high score. But I really enjoyed it. I don't know that I give that high, but it's really good.
Also,
It was surprising. It was genuinely surprising. I don't like to shows to promote something like bullying or something like that. Yeah, I know there are many that enjoyed manga already. There was already big hype around the show all over. But I know I would recommend for people to give another chance. That kind of first episode maybe drew them off just because that they thought it was gonna be heavy on bullying. It starts like that just because just started to think that she doesn't know how to express her feelings, and it's gonna be way. I mean, progress is going pretty fast after the second episode, I will say. So
okay,
yeah,
okay.
really, really good vibes from this. So yeah,
And
uh,
also, we were mentioning something. Last season we had Shingeki no Kyojin, we had Horimiya. We
Mhm.
had Mushoku Tensei, we had Stone Wars, we had a Wonder Egg Priority. We'll get back to that.
Okay.
We had the second season of Beastar, so
Ooh,
it
that
was
was
a
the.
really strong season.
Uh,
I wouldn't agree that this one is better. I just think that there are
this one was
more
better.
cultured stuff.
That too, but this one was better with the. Yeah, Mushoku Tensei is delayed. The new Mushoku Tensei season. Uh, but about the winter and the spring season, winter was the biggest part of the winter were the second or I don't know third seasons of the something later. Uh,
Yeah, because there were a lot of shows that
Something before, yeah.
continued.
And that was the biggest part of the winter season. But this one had some new stuff, and I will give for that pointer for the spring. And it was
Yeah, definitely.
packed. It was packed to absurdity.
Yeah.
So yeah. So next one was one that I dropped, but I don't know how much have you watched.
Hero.
Yeah.
Actually, I finished it.
Oh, you finished it, Igor? Or I
Yeah,
would.
I finished it.
Uh,
So
you read the
here's the
manga
thing.
before?
Yes, I read the manga. However, I didn't finish the manga because I don't think it was translated
Oh,
yet.
okay.
So I got to a very important point. I wasn't able to finish it back then.
Hmm.
However, now what I see with the anime, there are certain criticism that I will mention. The manga has a really interesting thing where they show someone's perspective.
Right.
They literally do it from that person's eyes. It's their thoughts, it's their memories,
Uh,
it's their experiences, and that brings a whole new perspective to some character.
oh
Now,
yeah.
that was not seen in the anime,
Yeah,
and
there's usually
I
big loss
also
on that.
yeah, and also I kind of feel that with some characters, uh, things were probably changed in the script
Oh,
because spoilers for the manga. For anyone who's reading
all right.
this, you might want to poke ears. Sorry, uh,
Continue. Move on.
to
Move
close your
on.
ears for a moment.
You.
But the person who has a very problematic relationship with Sayu, who is the main protagonist, female lead,
Okay.
actually was dating the girl that our main protagonist wants to be with, and that
Right.
that puts a whole new perspective because the guy is just a big player, right? He just
Eh,
he was dating 7 girls at the same time, right? Just
it's already boring
why would
for.
you?
It's
Yeah,
already
why would you do
poke our ears. Yes, sir.
that? Poke our ears. Yeah, so sorry about that. So that was the first criticism that I had. The
Uh,
second criticism that I have is just some things felt a little bit rushed,
little
and I'm
bit.
kind of
What?
sad.
The.
Rushed,
Oh,
rushed, and I'm sad for it because this was something that takes time to develop,
right.
and I kind of feel that a lot of things get lost if you actually just start dropping stuff or speeding up the anime in the process. However, what I like about what I saw is that they did commit enough time for our main protagonists to develop their relationship, that they shown us that even though this story does have a happy end, like a happy end, there are certain consequences to it, and that some things will, just you need to work on them for a longer period of time in order to heal someone. We realize why Sayu actually had to go from her family, what happened to her brother, who is actually a cool dude, her mother, who blames Sayu for all the misdeeds that were happening to her since she was born, because her husband leaves her after she got pregnant with her, and she just
Do
feels
not
like you
spoil
destroyed my
everything.
entire life. Yeah. So there's just a lot of accent on how a certain traumatic event can, just explode and force a lot of different people to, do a lot of stupid stuff.
Ah,
So
Yeah.
But yeah,
Honestly, with everything that you said, I definitely know now that it's not for me.
yeah,
This type of show.
this is not for you. This is not for you. And even like even that I love the series, I love the series. I cannot give this anime more than 8 out. Sorry, 7 out of 10. Just because
Okay.
the manga seemed a lot more natural, and it just showcased a lot of important stuff which were lost in the anime adaptation. It's still a good thing if you want to watch it. I
Right.
mean, I'm for anime onlys. This is going to be really good if you like it. So just that, yeah. I'm kind of sad that some things got lost in the translation, as you would say, but that's how it goes.
All right. Okay. Would you recommend anime to watch
I would
that?
recommend this to anyone who likes a good drama. And I'm actually sad because I was hoping Finn would get here by this time because he started watching this, and I really want to hear his opinions on this.
He'll join in along the way. I hope so. So
Yeah, 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 yeah,
we'll
yeah.
have him. He
We'll,
didn't watch
we,
too many shows, so we're gonna get kind of the quick reviews from Finn, from our birthday
yes.
boy.
Yup.
All
So
right.
yeah.
Okay.
What's next?
This
86.
is.
Holy yes.
Oh man. One of the definitely favorite anime of this season.
Oh,
Damn, this is good. And
this is so.
you know what's the biggest thing for me right now? I am genuinely fine that if this was just it, no more, no more. And now we know they're literally getting threatened like Mushoku Tensei studio that was
Yeah, which
made
is
for
amazing.
this, and we
Which
know
is
there's
amazing.
like about I think 10 volumes of this.
Something
So,
like that.
but they actually put some stories from other volumes in this too.
Yeah. But
Uh,
the important thing about this was a prelude to the rest of the series.
yeah, this is literally just the beginning, and this was fucking awesome. I didn't
It
know where
was
to start.
so
First of
well
all,
done.
I would say that I usually use the description, especially for Keiki, that this was like Iron Blood Orphans, but that was just the beginning. I wouldn't call it like that. This is good war story.
Yeah.
Uh, Not
And
specifically
it's a
sci-fi. It is good military action drama. These
okay.
types I like.
I haven't watched too many of them, so I can't really just
I watched
compare it with
only
yeah,
only that. Yeah, well, sci-fi too, of
compare to
course.
Iron Blood.
I will even say that sci-fi part is not the my biggest selling point for me in this show. How I like the characters and overall the story. Man, that the scene with the brother was the nano
Oh yeah.
tentacles were weird.
Yeah, that was like okay, there was some things
But
that were visually disturbing for a reason, but they do show what kind
yeah,
of happens with the traumas
yeah,
from
trauma.
war, stuff like that,
Of course.
disappointments in your country
I will say, I mean,
and stuff
I
like that.
watched lots shows like this, but I will say that for quite some time I didn't saw a show like this in some newer art style. Uh, and no, the CGI was not a problem. It actually worked quite well with those spider robots
Yeah, it was quite well, and also
and
kudos
Max.
to
So
them.
yeah,
Kudos to them in time where we are actually seeing anime getting censored, changed, and stuff like that because publishers and everything. 86 didn't censor anything. They
they really.
showed how things can get shitty and messy, and I love it.
As I saw mostly from light novel readers, they praised the adaptation, and that's big already. So they did. And one more thing, freaking Savannah did the soundtrack. So yes, please.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
that
please.
too, that too. 86 is just okay. Like now, here's the thing, because I know I see how like your eternity is going, and there's some other stuff I would really love to call 86 my anime of this season,
Hmm.
but some things are still not finished
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Well,
So it's
so,
kind
so
of
so far from this season, I don't know. We will go through. So we're gonna
yeah.
mention.
There are stuff.
I
There
will
are
I will
stuff
comment
definitely.
at the end. What my favorites are.
Okay.
I genuinely need a reminder. I watched so many things.
Yeah, you actually went ham on this season.
Yeah, well, as I said, I was lucky to have some time. So yeah,
Yes.
so many things, and I actually didn't watch the one that I really wanted, and I planned
Oh, really?
today. Unfortunately, I was busy. Ah, I will mention it later.
Yeah,
So,
so 86 definitely a great anime this
mm,
season.
big
A
recommendation.
really good surprise. So what's
So,
next? Vivi.
Vivi, no,
Like
well, this
here's-
had some turns.
this had some turns, and I'm going to say this: the first 11 episodes are amazing.
Yeah,
The last episode, after thinking about it, disappointed me, and here's why. Because I kind of felt,
spoilers, spoilers.
yeah. This will go into spoiler territory.
Yeah,
I kind of feel that almost any author. So I'm not, just saying this is an anime because we saw this in Decadence.
yeah.
Whenever you have a character who is a robot or a machine or something like that, stop bringing him back. Let their death have some impactful meaning. You know,
I don't. Maybe I don't have issues when it's actually a robot. That's the thing. Only I have
actually,
issues when it's a living thing, but it is an end. And
I do, and here's why. Because in my opinion, if you return a character who is a robot, who or an AI or virtual intelligence or anything that actually starts to develop some uh, ways of being self-conscious,
yeah,
self-aware, and stuff
self-aware
like that,
AI. Yeah,
you kill all humanization that was done by bringing him back.
I don't know.
In my opinion, Vivi, when she sacrificed herself, she became, a being, a fully fledged being, and I think that was lost in the last 20 seconds of the show. I'm really sad about that.
Maybe by that point I didn't really care. that
Okay,
is
fair enough.
that is to
Fair
consider.
enough.
Uh,
It pissed me off.
uh,
Hello.
because oh hello free. God damn it! I forgot this avatar of his.
Wait, what?
Ah, yes.
What's this?
It is Corona. Corona. It's Pecora. It's Pecora. Corona.
It's Corona trying to laugh like Pekora.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
With Uber stuff. Funny animation, check that. But yeah, we currently were talking about Vivi. So
Ah.
we'll finish that. So we could return on some shows that you watched probably.
I
before.
have finished Vivid
Two.
today.
Today.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, fresh
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 opinion.
take.
I actually want to hear this.
Yeah.
You're fresh of the.
Yes.
Yeah. I
So-
mean, what to say? It was a good show. I'd say it's 9 out of 10, or maybe a 10 out of
Whoa.
10.
High praise. High praise.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, generally, it was sort of like a bitter sweet Nolly, So it's
yeah, actually, Ticket just now mentioned because that it kind of killed for him because they actually returned Vivi.
no,
they
that
did.
was
Yeah.
well, they didn't really return her, even though even though killing her was predictable, and that was like, oh,
The sacrifice,
she
yeah.
and Matsumoto were gonna die, and then they kind of returned her. They left it like
Open-ended.
Op-
Yeah, that too.
open-ended, and I would have preferred that she remained, as she was, but this was fine too. It was like things can happen.
Yeah.
So
I will say the
I'm fine with
times
that.
I'm somewhere in between. Maybe because the last two episodes were like kind of wanky for me. The first half of the show I
Wonky.
like the most. Yeah, wonky. I like the most. Even the part where she kind of had that breakdown with and actually Diva shows up. How Weary was returned. So I don't know. After that, it was weird a bit for me. Don't know. I will say that I really didn't like the villains in Vivi. Really didn't like the villains.
I mean, there isn't really like a villain. They're like more
Antagonist. Yeah, I didn't like them overall. But show, first of all, music, animation, everything. It is godly on that scale, definitely. And story is overall good. It is just it's more maybe about the preference, about the ending and how they handle it.
Yeah, just that.
So in all what is said, I would still recommend the show.
Yeah, definitely. Like, and also, even though my criticism stands, I gave this 9 out of 10.
No.
It's great.
Damn,
It's not a 10.
I am actually
it's
the
not-
one that gave the lowest here.
Yeah, because here's the thing. It really showed you like what can happen when we start to develop virtual dungeons more and stuff like that. And it poses a really good question about morality and similar stuff. And Vivi showcases that in a good way for me. There will always be people who are going to have radically different opinions. There are going to be people who are sympathizers and stuff like that. And this is just about building a better world.
Yeah.
Or
Anywho,
saving the world in that process.
We have quite many shows, so I will now kinda pressure our birthday boy.
Yep.
For a few things that we passed by this point, just the thoughts and Ticket mentioned that you started watching Higehiro.
Yes, I stopped at like episode 6 or 7, I believe.
Dropped or
no, just
stopped.
Okay.
It's on hold, but
Okay.
it's good.
Oh,
Like
Really?
I will say that I am
from you.
surprised that you like the shows like this.
yeah, I'd say like an 8 or 7, like something like.
Very well.
or-
This is a surprise.
Interesting. This is definitely a surprise for me too.
We will return to this on some other hot take.
Yeah.
Definitely. But yeah, other few that we passed, like, have you watched 86? By the way,
No, I
man,
have not.
you
should.
need to get
You
on
should.
that. It's really good. But you watched Nagatoro?
Yes, Nagatoro is 9.
Nagatoro is freaking amazing.
Yeah.
I enjoyed a lot, and we even have Ticket actually reconsidering that maybe try to continue. Just
It's
by saying,
Good, like
yeah, it gets what he said. It gets actually really wholesome and pretty fast.
yeah. Like it's not all like torture.
Torture. It's
for
not at all. I will say that maybe in only the first episode. Later, it's more of teasing than torture.
Yeah.
Bullying, not torture. Torture is kind of hard word for that.
Well, bordered on torture, let's say.
Oh yeah, another one was To Your Eternity.
That's
I mean, it's still ongoing, but so far feels.
wait, it's on going.
Yeah,
I thought
Yeah, it's
the
going to have 20 episodes.
what?
Yeah.
surprise for the Finn.
Wait, what the heck?
Yeah,
I
it's
thought the
it,
I thought that the previous episode was the closure
nope.
of the
No,
season.
no.
It's gonna actually have, as you can see here, 20 episodes. It's currently 13 episodes in.
That's a
Yeah.
weird number.
Uh,
Wait,
Eh,
13?
By this point, it already has 13, but it's gonna have 20. Because Ticket and I read manga. It's actually makes sense because we know how the length of the arcs, so they're gonna have really good kind of cut before actually continuing in the one longer arc that's gonna be pretty much all next season.
Oh,
I
sorry.
would say.
Yeah.
There was like a special. I see. Naruhodo.
Yes.
So yeah, so that's I think you didn't watch Tokyo Revengers,
Oh,
or
wait,
did
wait.
you?
For To Your
Oh, okay.
Eternity, it would be a 9 or a 10.
You need to be on my next Mal scoring because I need to be really horrible to some anime just to have some balance of how to score.
Well, you see, I don't
Score high.
watch stuff that I would I would score like below 6 or
Oh.
7.
Oh,
If I see,
I agree
that-
I agree on that now, but my list is way before the time when I cared. That's the thing.
I see.
Oh, but yeah,
I have not watched Tokyo Revengers.
Nor will you.
No, I dropped it like midway through episode 1. So
yeah, I
Okay.
watched 0 and 1 to 3. So, oh yeah, MHA, are you following?
no, I was kind of bored.
Honestly, I
and
would
I was like,
recommend you to wait for the end of this season because
yeah,
actually the second half is the big thing. Because after, I will say after the half of this season, there will be no stopping of the clusterfuck that's gonna go.
yeah.
Simple.
Where?
Yeah. Okay. So returning then on the list where we went.
Sure.
Now this I didn't watch. I watched the old Fruits Basket. But for surprise, this actually for a little bit got above the Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood on my anime list.
Oh wait. So Full Metal is back on.
Yeah, because
Number
Full
one.
Metal, you don't get it how Mal works. Full Metal will always be on the top. I will not discuss on
I
the
just know it was dethroned.
yeah, because there will be Mal wars. So yeah. But yeah, Fruit Basket, old drama, comedy, romance, a little bit of fantasy mixed. I don't know.
Really?
I actually enjoyed the old one, but they didn't finish like how manga went. And they pretty much, I think, 3 seasons now. They covered literally whole manga. So, and of all people that really love Fruits Basket, only high praise, as I heard. So, I don't know. I am very tempted to actually watch the new adaptation of this. So, The Way of House Husband. We mentioned this quite a few times actually, and even that weird live adaptation of this. that was done actually by the same voice actor that voices the Yakuza here, or
Yeah,
the house
Eiji
husband.
Matsuda.
And we don't have Keiki here. It is same.
Yeah, shame.
Uh, this was fun. This is fun sketches, and I
Yeah,
I,
like
I generally want
I
more.
wish. Yeah, I wish it was fully
Same. I will say that it worked
animated.
for same.
It worked, yeah, but still.
Yeah, I would prefer to. The actual animation. You can still make some of those cuts to work for the joke.
Hmm.
Wait, Ticket, have you watched The Way of House Husband?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
The Roomba sketch is the best.
Oh, yeah.
Fight me.
I didn't know what I just loved whenever he meets literally anyone from Yakuza or that younger guy that kind of looks up to him, and they just randomly end up on some yoga lessons or whatnot.
Yeah.
It is ridiculous and it's funny as fuck. So yeah.
Just that.
Now, I haven't watched all How Not to Summon a Demon Lord second season, so far, I mean, I pretty much what I saw that we're getting the more of the same from the last one.
Yeah.
Terror is shaming me for not watching it.
I have not yet finished it, but I
But now you must.
Will?
We both know there is Pekora in it.
yeah.
Pekora cameo is in it. So yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I'm pretty much sure now. They're gonna return for some. It's easy watch. No, we are. There is a point of I'm kind of watching the same thing again, where I have a problem. A problem.
No, it's a bit like it's not really the same. It's like it's in the same spirit, but it's a different kind of story. You know?
I'll just say to Terror, because I saw some scenes on later episodes. That's what brought me back.
And to this, I would give it 7. Same as the way. Way of the house husband, I think, would be in between a 7 and an 8, probably. This would be a 7, maybe.
Right. Well, it was that fun. I mean, they continued the formula, what worked in the last season with the
Yeah.
stories. Now, the next one, you are the only one that watched this.
This is a 9.
Whoa, that's high. This really worked
Yeah.
for you. I mean,
It's fun.
you are our isekai man, so.
Yeah, like this is children's kind. Like it's
Chilsekai.
It's
Chilsekai needs to be a different genre.
Yeah. A coined term.
well, yeah, like it's basically an isekai for relaxation, you know.
Right.
And it there's not a lot of fights, and for the ones that exist, those are mainly played for comedy.
This
So,
is your type of anime. I would definitely say. No.
Yeah. So if you like relaxed scenes and isekai and classical kind of fantasy, this is for you. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Next.
Greetings, legendary. Okay. So, now the next one will be the one that I actually dropped.
I have not
combatants will be
seen it
dispatched. Yeah.
yet.
I watched I think 3 episodes, and by that point it was just go watch Konosuba. Anyone that wants to see anything like this, this was earlier work of the guy, so uh of the creator of Konosuba. You can actually see all the templates of Konosuba, just not finished work, pretty much. And just watch Konosuba. Just let's say it like that.
Yeah, I gave this one episode and I was disappointed. I dropped it. So it was just like it was unnecessarily childish for me.
Oh,
Just
sorry.
that.
I don't know. It didn't work for me.
Yeah.
Simply, but yeah, I don't know. Depends how people do people want to see just mediocre Konosuba? Sure, but go watch Konosuba. That's my recommendation on this completely. On Shaman King, I already mentioned Hawking waiting it to get out of Netflix jail or to be on to get dub
Yeah.
to watch this because
Same.
I genuinely can't watch this in Japanese, and I don't know, it just doesn't work for me. I actually liked, I watched the old Shaman King on Japanese and English dub. So I don't know, it kind of didn't work on me this time on dub, maybe because of simple nostalgia. It worked. So waiting for the dub. Okay, next one no one saw. No one saw.
Next one is.
I don't know, some Osame Romko.
Yeah.
We're going just on those that we actually watched.
Sure.
Oh, but I watched the Slime Diaries.
I have not. So
I will actually recommend you to watch it just because what you said about the other slime anime. This would be literally that. It is that chill zone mod of slime world, literally. With all characters that you love, with even some cameos of returning characters, and it's funny. It's funny as fuck. It had some really good moments. And maybe especially it worked for me because you don't expect here anything of heavy story progress. No, this is gonna be funny. And now it's continuing on the actual big stuff this season. So this was surprising break in between, I will say. So there you go. Terror actual like Slime Diaries. Yeah, I enjoyed Slime Diaries quite well.
I may watch it when I get the time.
Right.
Probably.
Okay.
So the Shadow House.
Shadow
this is-
House.
This is a pure
Yeah.
10.
This is amazing, and I always hated that they did actually anime original ending, by the way. And I actually liked it. The thing is, I am now if they don't continue with this, I'm starting to read manga immediately. This is so good. I enjoyed Shadow House so much.
This is the best of the season, in my
Oh,
opinion.
this is your best anime of the season of this
Yes.
of the spring.
Yeah.
Damn. I say definitely is contender. I enjoyed the Shadow House a lot. The whole concept is amazing for me. to the point that oh, hello, Hoke. We're starting to pop
Hello.
up.
Good evening, gentlemen of the internet. How you're doing?
Quite
Uh,
well,
Good,
thank
good.
well, we're currently on the Shadow House. So yeah, good, pretty good.
Have you seen it?
I
Mayhaps.
saw nothing.
I see.
Hawk is here to comment, or we trying to sell him an anime.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Shadow House will definitely be a recommendation.
Mhm.
Just by the concept of by quotation nobles with their faces or dolls, nobles with that how they called it, I always forget.
What?
The power,
Who?
the nobles that they have, the shadow thing.
Hoot? Yes?
I didn't heard you, Mike. Your mic.
Hoot?
Oh yeah, so uh,
Yeah.
so all our concept is amazing, and actually that I would call it a tournament pretty much. Pretty much, it's not really a tournament.
Well, no, it's not. It's not really a tournament. Yeah, it's more. What this says? This is like like an mystery.
Oh no! I'm not saying about genre. I'm saying
I know.
I tried
I
to
know.
mention certain scene,
Yeah. Well.
certain
Yeah.
episode. So.
It's a competition. You know.
Yeah, it's definitely competition with, and I love the mystery of this. It works so well. It is the world that really picked that. I want to know more. I want to know more. So
Yeah. So I'd say this is like basically like a the suit punk. You know.
I
Kind of.
so punk.
Nice.
I mean, you can genuinely make more shows just from this one.
Yeah. It's unique.
It's unique.
Like.
I mentioned I that really don't like board games would be interested in board game like Shadow House.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's the themes are great. You know, the animation is good. The characters are interesting, and the plot is mysterious.
It's a really good mystery. It's really good mystery. Or
Yeah, it's a fantasy mystery with like a mix of like a weird world, which is like a mix of like medieval and like
Victorian?
no, like early Renaissance, maybe, or no, no,
yeah.
or mid Renaissance.
There was
Maybe.
a vibe of steampunk, especially with the freaking suit train.
Well, yeah, well, that is where like the fantasy comes in, because like a lot of it is like uh, is in a way Victorian, but
Yeah.
there's also like no obvious
True.
technology that's not the train. You know,
Yeah.
like we don't see that thing. They mainly rely on their magic system for
Yeah.
that. You know.
Okay. We should pretty much continue. This is the big recommendation overall. Shadow House is really
Yeah.
one of the bigs of this season too. I just wanted to mention we are currently on the restream. So we're currently live streaming on the Twitch and the YouTube. So subscribe
And
to
I wanted
YouTube.
to mention that
Hawk,
there
wait.
was some.
And follow us on Twitch if you like our content, and follow us on social media, of course, with the updates. Now, please.
Yeah, there was some comments on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm following on the Restring comment. So
Oh, I
Okay.
have not.
yeah, just
I
to mention, because if you want to join in on moderate chat, join us on Twitch. Okay. Continuing. Zombieland Saga Revenge. Well,
Revenge.
another mappa works, by the way, like last one.
I have not yet.
It's great.
Watched season 2.
It's great. It's crazy. It's freaking surprising with a lot of stuff. This is my favorite idol anime. It's insane. It's all merits, and I don't know. I don't even know how to sell the show. It goes from ridiculous to actually some heavy stuff because they're freaking zombies. They're dead.
I have a question.
Your mic is really breaking.
It's
Hello, Legendary. Thank you for the follow.
Thank you.
Hello?
Thank you.
Hello.
Is it better now?
Yeah. Well, sound is not really that good actually.
It's
Hmm.
dying.
Well, I'll be looking for my other mic and
Well,
try to fix this issue.
very well. Okay.
Well, I'm sorry for joining for so short a time.
Well, it's okay.
Cry. I
Technical,
see everything.
right? Technical difficulties. Okay. I mean,
Banana.
if you like the last season, this is the big comeback of the girls and kinda the return of that crazy manager, the craziest freaking manager ever.
I thought that was
Okay.
Rosie D.
Guys, I'm off. I'll be looking for my other mic so I can join
Okay.
properly.
Join us later. So I don't know how to. I can't explain more if you haven't watched the last season. They hit kinda the very wrong event. It went very wrong last season, so this is why Zombieland Saga Revenge. It's kinda returned how they trying to find place in this crazy world as zombie idols. I mean, it's almost finding the identity after the death to a certain extent. And to work around with some crazy events in Japan. So I will not spoil much if you watch the last season. It's funny. There's some drama and heavy moments, but it's really something that you don't see often. I will say that.
Yeah.
Now, Eden Zero. Yeah, Legendary. You actually mentioned. Oh, so I actually read quite a bit of manga. I'm currently watching. I freaking love Hiro Mashima work. So this would be the biggest recommendation for all that loud fairy tale and stuff like that. I would say this had maybe even better premise than fairy tale, but if you like sci-fi, but there are still many mixes. But they go crazy. They go crazy with some time travel stuff, with all over just the world building, and in this point it would be more like galaxy building.
Well, you know, like I saw it like it's basically like fairy tale in space. So I was like, this is not for me. You know.
I know. I'm generally. I'll say that. I get it that it's not like it's not heavy hitter like Shadow House. It's something like that. Hiro Mashima really does that really good shonen trash. I would call it like that, literally. Especially if you like his artwork, and on that scale, I would actually recommend Manga. But they did justice to most of his work, so I know I'm enjoying it. I love Hiro Mashima humor, maybe most of the all, than actions and anything else. It's what sells me on his work. So, that's
Not
my
me.
biggest selling point. It's just fun adventure, and that's pretty much it on it. So yeah, okay. This was special Kaguya. I haven't watched that, and I don't think
Haven't watched
anyone
it.
did. This was one of the
no.
bigger drops of the season, the full dive. I watched about 6 episodes, and I was like, no.
I same, but I will probably continue watching.
From the point where main character is pretty much giving himself to that torture, I was like, no. He even said aloud so many times by that point that he knows they're pretty much tricking him to play that horrible game. He doesn't have any good time in it, and he's getting pretty
Well,
much
he's sort of-
addicted.
Well, it's like he slowly is beginning to see like something maybe like
That's
in
the
game.
thing. I, as a viewer, didn't saw anything nice, anything fun in it. The first episode had actually interesting premise. I was interested in that. Maybe it would be harder survival, but it went just into way too ridiculous for me to be enjoyable. With Instagram, I didn't enjoy the comedy of it either. So
The comedy was okay, it was okay.
by this
Mm,
point,
for me.
you're hunting Pokemons like Isekai. I mean, Isekai like Pokemon.
Yeah, like this one would probably be like a 6, I think, but We'll
I
see.
think I give this 4. This 4. Okay. Oh, sorry. Koikomo.
I have no idea what
I
this is.
I am the only one that watched this. I really like the humor. It is literally the older guy hitting on high schooler in really funny in ton of funny moments. And she's a best friend of his sister. So that's
I
how
see.
they met, and they're ridiculous. In the beginning, it's more of jokey comedy, and it actually gets pretty serious and pretty wholesome. How they handle things, and in the backgrounds, and the age difference, and all around that. I will say it is super. Just by the story, I didn't expect so much common sense in one show to see. There's a lot of very mature decisions in this show. Very, I don't know, surprising to see a show, Japanese show, romance show with without that heavy indecisiveness, struggle that goes around, just going around the feelings way too long. No, this is very straight to the point, and I really love it. And humor is freaking great. Characters, it felt really realistic. I will say like that. With so many options, it's not just about them. All other characters are really great.
Okay.
Okay, so Ticket, join me on this. Moriarty. Moriarty the Patriot, Part 2.
Aha,
Let me
Moriarty.
grab my tea. So,
You should have had your tea already.
Please continue.
well played. A really good conclusion to the story.
Mm.
Another anime where you save the main villain protagonist, whatever, and just like felt a little bit cheap, but I was more okay with this.
Because we loved Moriarty here a lot.
Yeah, just
I know.
yeah,
That's
because
the-
like his like that's exactly the thing. Like
Big
I know
spoilers. Big
going
spoilers.
yeah, I'm going to contradict myself right now because I mentioned for Vivi that I really didn't like the fact that they returned her and everything, but just like and you end up with the
Moriarty
most
played you,
neutral-
man. Moriarty played you.
Yeah, yeah, Moriarty played.
You got
And
played.
you end up in the most neutral place on the entire earth, you know,
Yeah.
in Switzerland.
What?
So
Wait.
yeah, good story.
There's some ending of some Sherlock book that he ends up in Switzerland, as I remember. It's actually homage to some of the endings.
Yeah, I mean, this is based on
Yeah.
their own work. So they did, introduce new characters: Jack the Ripper, the real one, and not the ponies.
Yeah.
Mr. Milverton, who I fucking despise and love at the same time.
Well, that's how you get a good villain.
Yeah, he's just disgusting. A few, turnabouts and fair play between Moriarty and Sherlock, and just, technically, a tale of two friends.
It's like two sides of the coin, pretty much, of the
Yeah,
same
two sides of
coin.
the coin.
And I like the play. It was really enjoyable, and both seasons you can genuinely watch them like a theater play.
Yes.
It looks like that. Really enjoyable show. I know they sped up that final arc in anime. Even I am more than satisfied. With the show, but I will probably read manga just to see how much is there.
Yeah, definitely gonna read this one.
Because I'm genuinely
Also-
interested for that final arc.
Yeah, and also just even though there are no great characters in this show.
They're not great.
There are no great characters in this show.
Well,
You can really see their motivation. You can see what they want to do, even how they end up. And even though you practically listen to everything that the Moriarty says,
yeah.
there are also people who actually commit themselves to trying to save him.
Well,
Because at this point, he actually wants to atone for his sins.
all characters actually had their pretty good exposition. The whole show.
Yeah, definitely.
Uh,
Like Moran, Fred, Irene Adler, all the characters are so well developed.
yeah.
that-
For example, Adler is one character that I want to see. Did they do more with her in manga after
Yeah, I
certain
agree with
switch?
yeah, fair. That's enough.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I enjoyed this a lot.
Also the weapons guy. Such a weirdo.
It always needs to be one. So
Yeah.
yeah, Moriarty.
I am Gojo for weapons.
uh, that's for another discussion. But
And
Moriarty,
also
the
just
Patriot, big recommendation.
And also before we continue,
Yeah.
really an adaptation that John H. Watson
Oh yeah.
fucking dominates.
They really did a great job with Watson. And Hudson was surprisingly hot.
Hudson was Hudson.
So yeah. Okay, moving on. I don't know what this is.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah?
How did you rate Moriarty second season?
Ooh. The problem is that this is why I'm doing that Mal. By the way, I'm
I
gonna
know.
continue that. I'm doing my 2000 anime mal rating. I don't know. I would say probably 8. By the way, that's pretty high for my list. Not
Yeah, I,
9 and 10 are pretty much masterpieces. So
Yeah. I gave it a 9.
so
I'm
yeah.
just curious.
Look, it's a big list.
Yes. Fair enough. Fair enough.
But yeah, high praise. All over. Mars Red. Okay.
Nazareth.
Finn, you watched it all?
Yes, I have not seen the last 2 episodes,
Oh, okay.
but
Right? So far?
yes, so far it's probably like a 9.
Okay. That's what I'm saying. You're giving all high numbers. I need to be a little bit stricter with it.
Well, for me, there's no lower than 5, because shit beneath 5 is stuff that I drop like immediately. Like
Yeah,
I see
I get
2
that.
minutes and I'm like, nope.
I get that. I finished the show. Actually, Ticket, you didn't continue it. You said it didn't work for you. I
Mars
don't.
Red,
Yeah.
I dropped after the first episode.
What?
I couldn't watch it. It got so hectic for me. I was unable
Hectic?
to keep track of what was happening, and just genuinely, I was like, meh.
Whoa! First episode is one of the best, I will say, for this show.
Yeah,
didn't work
especially
for
when
me.
you watch episode 7. Then it's like
Yeah.
even better.
Yeah.
Then it's even better.
I'm not gonna commit to
Yeah.
it.
Like it
I
pays
really enjoyed the show.
off. Like,
Yeah, I really
Yeah.
enjoyed the show. First of all, I mentioned that before. We discussed this on podcast. I am not really big vampire fan, but this worked so much with me, and especially how they handled some stuff later. This is another. Actually, I would compare this for the way of the theater storytelling to Moriarty, actually. I think they even mentioned they did whole anime in certain specific ratio, video size ratio. That's not really usual.
yeah, this is based on a theater
Yeah.
play.
I by the way, I freaking love that they have some unusual characters that you don't often see more in the spotlight. I mean that middle-aged vampire man. No. As
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
soldier. I love that. And I freaking love how they played pretty much whole show is playing the tango between the humanity within vampires and some other mystery that's kind of surrounding that and the military. So I enjoyed this a lot. I'm saying I was very surprised how they went for that last part, but in positive surprise, I would say.
Well, nice. I mean, the stories
Yeah.
great. The music is great. The characters are great.
Yeah, all of them. This is one of those rares where they literally used every single character that they showed.
Yeah, and I mean, it has like a certain aesthetic, like a visual feel.
Yeah.
Which is nice too, and it can be like heartbreaking.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah, and I mean the first episode is like they just
And
kind of they drop you into the middle of the story. It's not like it's a bit difficult to follow, but you can
Yeah.
follow it. And then in episode 2, the story it progressed.
Yeah.
This is the thing.
The second episode kind of set the pace for the rest slowly.
Yeah,
Okay, go.
yeah, and the things are slowly revealed until like they like I think the revelations spike in like the episode 7 and 8, and that's when you get like the whole picture of what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say that first episode is pretty much encapsulates the whole show in 20 minutes. I'll just say it like that. First episode is pretty much what we get from this show in 20 minutes. Those next, especially now when you finish the show, you can only say that then. How they went about it. So
I'm sorry, my cat is
attacking you.
coming to get me. Yeah.
So we have new guest. We have PM CET right now.
Yeah.
I got scars, but not from him. I tried to pet him yesterday. Unfortunately, from the rose that he hidden in.
I see.
Oh, so next one. Odd Taxi. Maybe my favorite anime of this season.
Really?
Yeah.
I still haven't watched it. This is something that I really want to commit my time to.
Yeah.
So,
Do not rush this. Do not rush this.
Yeah, I'll give it a week, and then I'll start, just chewing one episode per day.
I genuinely was. I will not watch this if I don't have the day that I can have full attention to this. And I definitely would describe this the Tarantino directed anime story. Just the way the characters are portrayed and how story goes and the way he connects everything. Those bunch of little stories that kind of starting to connect, and in some even ridiculous ways. I love it, and especially the ending. I freaking love this whole show. It's amazing. It's amazing. I will not say literally anything. This is must watch of this season. I'll just say that because I don't want to ruin anyone's experience about this. It deserves your attention. This is not Zootopia, believe me, nor Beastars. You will be surprised with a lot, and really take a good check with what main character is saying. I'll just say it like that. How he saying certain things. You will see through the show.
Yay.
Okay, now Record of Ragnarok.
Dropped
What?
What?
dropped after episode 4.
I binged
Wait.
it.
Wait. So you dropped it after the first fight,
I dropped it after the first fight
which
because
is the worst.
The
fight.
worst
I
fight.
know, but here's the thing. I went into episode 5 and I saw some things. And
Some
I just
things.
stopped watching it because I didn't want to ruin my idea and what the manga is.
What?
I will say it didn't
It
ruin
was-
anything
it was
for
just
me.
It was weak. It was weak for me.
Weak what? Animation scale? You need to give some details.
The pacing felt too long.
Too long.
The animations felt subpar, and the only good thing to me was the music.
Oh, like the pacing was pretty much the
Much
same
same.
as in the
Yeah.
manga, because like there's a bunch of flashbacks. There's
Yep.
like, oh, he did this, he did that, then he
Yep.
met this guy, he met that guy, and they did this, and they did
You
that,
don't
and now
you
he's the strongest thing.
you don't feel those flashbacks that heavy maybe in manga. That's maybe the reason. But it had them very much pretty much the same. I don't know. That is the last thing that I would
Hey.
complain for this show, actually.
I don't know. The adaptation didn't work for me.
I would generally my only complaint would be okay. I would really like a little better animation,
Yeah.
and that's it. This is very good promotion for manga too. This is very good.
Sure.
So more people on the Record of Ragnarok. Yes, please. Do I look
Yeah.
too much forward to next? Yeah, maybe depends how they deal with certain fights. I really want to see freaking Hercules versus
Jack the Ripper.
yeah,
Jack the Ripper.
for example. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it. I'm enjoying the music, voice acting, pretty much everything else. It was really fast watch for me. I don't know. Maybe because I already saw everything. I mean, we all read manga and we knew.
Yeah.
So there was no some big surprises. I would genuinely like to hear opinion from someone that just watched the anime. That it at least bring him to manga or overall feelings about the show. So yeah. Okay. Next, I will be sad to say that I haven't watched the first one either, so I didn't want to continue on this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that would be just. I heard high praises of this as much as the first season, if not even more. I will definitely watch both seasons. Just not the time. Man, this season was packed. This season. And it is one of the shows like the Taxi, like the other really good stuff here that you're gonna get a good story, that I want to take my time with it. So yeah, unfortunately I watched the next one.
Wait, you're not joking.
I am not joking.
You have seen Shonen Tanteidan?
Yes, Pretty Boy Detective Club.
Really?
I actually did. Let me explain
And what say you?
how it sucks.
Ah,
You redeemed yourself. Now let's continue.
How that even happened? First of all, the author of I think light novel, or not sure. I think light novel is Nisio Ishin, the author of Monogatari series.
oh.
What?
Yeah. Do you see now how I even wanted to see this? The show is just pretty, and that's it. It reminded me actually a little bit on Auron Host Club, but a really bad version of it. By this point, he tried to do some philosophy thing with some really I don't know. I wouldn't even call it a dump. It is just abstract to a certain extent that it's not interesting. Not sure when this work was done. I mean the light novel for this, but anime I could only recommend just for those that want to see shonens and I don't know in really great backgrounds and environment, and that's pretty much it. It has nothing. Nothing. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Just pretty. It's pretty.
Almost
fine.
joy.
So yeah. Okay. Next one, unfortunate disappointment. Unfortunately disappointed.
You have seen this too?
Yes, those Snow White notes. Because I freaking love Shamisen.
Oh, that's the Shamisen one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
Because, for example, you see those characters. I don't care about any of those characters. That was my problem with the show. They had a really big opening for the show. It's really boom. Okay, this guy is literally on his life adventure to find his sound, and in a way, he pretty much find it in the first episode. Well, the starting point of it, at least, I would say. And he goes to Tokyo when Gramps died. That he was taught by him pretty much, and he said, "Do not play it like me. Do not play shamisen. If you don't, pretty much, if you don't have your own sound, don't play shamisen." And it is the experience that he get when he was alone in Tokyo those days is what pretty much triggered him to start playing how he wants shamisen. But everything else after that episode, okay, the next episode was fun to a certain extent because his mother is crazy as hell. At one point, I thought she dropped out from freaking Trigger Kill la Kill. But she sings traditional Japanese. I'm not sure how that is called. Her singing goes with shamisen actually. Okay, they try to make that connection still in Tokyo, and unfortunately he returns it, and it becomes pretty much a high school shamisen show, and it had nothing. I was bored till the end of the show.
Oh well.
I was so sad because that first episode really brought me. They really wanted to see will they do anything with it, kinda any twist with it, or just to listen good shamisen. But nah, I was really not interested. The Norin characters, main character either after that, just no. So moving on. So do not dwell on that too much.
Watch the first episode,
Yeah.
and I decided that it's better for me to drop it right there after what some people were saying.
You were smart man back then.
Thank you. I am still a smart man.
Okay. Now, SSSS Dinner's Venom I actually skipped because it's pretty much like the last Trigger anime with a very similar name. So yeah, but I watched the Super Cub. That's next on the list.
Yes.
This is for me, for example, like for Finn is that slime anime. The crew behind the slime. This pretty much, this show is that for me. It is the girl that's alone, she doesn't have parents, pretty much trying to find something in life to, not just to find specifically a meaning, it is just to kind of motivates her, keeps her going, to have a hobby overall. And it's pretty much motor club with the girls. You get a lot really cool interest over the bikes that they handle and how, and this is almost mixed with a little bit more serious, maybe the camp anime. Camp anime.
Are you talking about Eurocamp?
Yeah, Eurocamp. But it's pretty much all around that club, her bike, and her just coming to peace. Okay, I enjoyed this, and it's peaceful. It's very slice of life, little things, little life things. Very realistic too.
You can. I mean, I may watch that. We'll
Yeah,
see.
me too.
This is really for relaxation. Even
Yeah,
when you see that
sounds good.
that little drama thing, it's more about teaching you some dangers with when they went to to certain journey, how they need to be prepared and stuff like that. It was nice. It was nice. So, no, unfortunate disappointment.
Yeah, I dropped Joran at like episode 3, I think, or yeah.
You can watch
I
the
stopped it.
go. Sorry, take it.
Yeah,
Please
I
go.
stopped at episode 4 because I decided that was a good arc and an ending. So I said fuck it to the rest of the 8 episodes.
No, you genuinely can watch next episode, Finn, and that will be ending of the show.
Yeah.
Because
I
they
see.
pretty much solve certain things that, okay, and that should be it. You don't need to move further than that. Because everything else is just meaningless.
No, wait. I dropped it at episode 5, actually. I think.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's even more reasonable. Yeah, because
Yeah.
after that it's just
I
bad.
did that too.
Well, you saw that it's not going anywhere.
Yeah. It was just like here's the hilarious thing. There is a meme from this show that goes along the way. Nothing that you did makes any sense.
Pretty
So
much.
I actually need to think were they self-aware or
I don't know. I don't know. But it's pretty much this show.
Yeah, high hopes and then a
Yeah,
disappointment.
this is a big drop. Okay, next one. I actually watched World Ends with You animation because I played the first game quite a long time ago. It's fun. I mean, the fan of the games, and if you love that persona-like trip with the students, with a story about that revival, with that games. It has so many interesting themes in there. It's fun watch. I would recommend, if you don't mind some of that older games, to actually play the game. It's definitely a lot better. But the anime did it justice, I will say, at least for someone to join in that universe, and they actually use the music from the game. And now it's pretty much now by this point promotional. Even they didn't announce it. I think at the end of the anime they announced the new game is actually coming out. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know what overall recommend. It is not classic some battle royale. It is pretty much people who died in the games with shinigamis, and only one can be winner to be revived. But it's a little bit trickier than that. But it goes more into psyche of the characters all over, and some of the mechanics of the game.
Interesting.
It's fun, but that's why I'm saying show kind of try to get that stylish, because you see the art design. It's that persona like older persona like type style. So it's fun. Still would recommend the game. You will not lose anything if you, I mean, watch anime. It is just fun, and they ended pretty well. So, another disappointment next for me, at least. Yes.
Yeah, I dropped Suki.
I watched it. I mean, Hawk actually compared it to Ninja Scroll series. Yeah, compared to that Ninja Scroll movie series, like trash.
Yeah, I think I dropped Yasuke at like episode 3.
By the point,
Maybe.
the moment they freaking introduced Mech, I was like, I'm having a headache. I had a watching this because
Yeah, it was trashy.
they just needed to do full on historical with no freaking. You know what it remind me of those old Madhouse movies. There's always, I mean, it even a little bit remind just by concept of having always that certain group, one main character and one really powerful some entity crazy villain. Oh yeah, and just fantasy of it just killed me already. Uh, for example, like Vampire, think of Vampire Hunter Day Bloodlust, but really, really bad. For
Aye,
me,
aye, aye.
that's like all this whole 6 episodes, and it's just not good. It's pointless. My biggest problem even is that I didn't saw the character of Yasuke through this at all. And they dropped like 1,000 more things in there for like what? He will not be interesting. You could just. It looks incredible. Show looks incredible, but that's just
Yeah,
it.
it's nice.
I mean, it's freaking Mappa, but yeah, that's the thing. It's just it. They didn't have anything else in there. Okay. One more that I watched was Let's Make a Mag 2. This is wholesome slice of life and a little bit heavy because the main character it's after she lost her mother, and she was making artistic pottery, and it's pretty much her with her friends trying to see what mother light in that, and they actually get really invested in pottery, and there's a lot of slice of life parts where they actually taught real life how it's done, and it's culmination of her to kind of replicate something a remnant from her mother, and to gift it to her father now. But that is all over story. It's more wholesome in between and jokey and
Ooh la la.
stuff like
Okay,
that.
plan to watch.
What?
Yeah,
What did you saw?
Maybe too slice of lifey.
It is really slice of life to the extent they. I mean, you can watch it on Crunchyroll. They have between episodes of all voice actors actually doing all the pottery stuff they did in the episode, pretty much. Too. So at the end of the season, they actually I had a lunch with all stuff that they made.
Interesting. And I said plan to watch is for this that you just mentioned. Let's make a mug.
Yeah, let's make a mug.
It sounds like it's right up my alley.
It is nice. It's a real nice show.
You mean a
Okay.
slice of life? You mean cake of life?
Okay, cool. We don't have cakey. Unfortunately, I didn't watch Godzilla. I actually heard the good things about this. I by this point I don't know how many Godzilla stuff are there. I need to just play whole playlist. I think everything is on Netflix, so yeah. Unfortunately, not even the Fate Grand Order movies, but they will come. They will come. I actually watched the shorts of Miss Kobayashi, Dragon's Maid.
Yes, I did too. I did too.
I too have. I don't know if I've seen all of them. I think I have, but yeah, they were nice.
They were fun. I mean, it's pretty much it. Just a little reminder of the show before now continuing the season, and I think the first
Too, which is good.
yeah, the first episode is already up of the new season.
Yeah, and it's great.
Okay,
Go watch.
now on the great part. This
That's great.
No. I'm not talking about the now Kobayashi Dragon Maid. Kobayashi Dragon
Oh.
Maid is good. It's really good.
Dragon goes
house hunting.
I think.
This
Yeah, I need to continue with
I genuinely pissed myself from laugh. This just worked with my humor. Just worked so well.
Nice.
It's so funny. And they just like in some of the last few episodes drop like some life lesson sentence that was like, okay, this whole show could be just summarized with this, and have everything around is ridiculous comedy, and I know it's so good. I love that they actually brought it to how to say. At the end of anime, you actually see what was the story of this. I'll say it like that.
Interesting. Okay.
Especially with Demon Lord reminiscing something he did in the past, and
Ah.
why his situation helping this flightless, breathless dragon, little kid dragon, trying to find his home. So yeah. Okay. Next one was really big surprise for me. Seven Knights Revolution Hero Successor. I expected this to be complete trash of just game adaptation of some gacha. This is really decent fantasy action anime with some mystery, good mystery actually. I wouldn't say it's some great story or something like that, but it's really fun. It's really well written. All characters are really fun. I recommend just simply by liking fantasy, action fantasy. You're definitely gonna enjoy this show, and it's complete. You don't need anything else. It is by your. You can play the game. It just bonus on all of this. This story is pretty much complete in this 12 episodes. So,
Okay.
yeah. Hello? Am I alone?
No. I think I may have seen like episode 1 of this, but I can't remember. I may have.
One of the girl heroes saved the guy from the undead monstrosity, and I don't know if he awakes in that episode, because the theme is of past heroes possessing the new in a way that it's their power.
Yeah. Right.
And I really love how they play with it, especially by not just history repeating, but you kind of get all the problems of the last heroes if they didn't finish some stuff. Let's just say like that. There's some news effects too in that. So yeah, I really enjoyed the show. I was genuinely surprised.
Cool.
What else? Eden.
Eden.
The music that was composed by Kevin Penkin. Yeah, that composed the Shield Hero and the Made in Abyss. One thing that you're definitely gonna enjoy just by experience. It's just it's original net animation, 4 episodes. It's on Netflix. Of course, great music. It's extremely good CGI. I was really surprised about this, but this is I'm not sure what studio did. Even if they say I'm forgetting what they did it before. It's pretty much of that. Now they're just robots. Humanity is pretty much in stasis, and one girl kind of I think it means functions, and it awakes her when she was a baby, and 2 robots pretty much not that they rebel, but they just we need to help this human to grow up.
Yeah, I remember seeing the trailer for this and being like,
I will not call specifically her as a really great character, but overall story it's fun. It had some disturbing things that I did not expect. I will say it like just like that. uh,
Mm.
but it's nice short story. It's pretty much watching a movie, all 4 episodes,
Mm.
together. One nice movie of kind of losing one character very much losing faith in humanity, and there's that trying to be that trying to be rekindled through the show
Mm.
to a certain extent. I will say it like that.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, now I am ashamed to say that I unfortunately didn't watch Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway, but I heard all high praise of it, and all fans of Gundam is pretty much must watch. It's universe century timeline, and if you watch anything of older stuff, I think you don't need to watch everything, but I'm forgetting now. There is a certain Charles Revenge that you probably need to check out before this if you want some reminder. For what I saw, it looked amazing. This just gonna be me fangasming tonight, so because I'm literally watching this movie after the podcast. It's on Netflix, so yeah. Okay. What else do we have? Do we have anything
I
else?
don't think I've seen it.
I don't
I've
know.
seen a bit of Cestus.
Cestus?
It's meh.
Yeah, that's from me too. Shall we mention the whole live alternative teaser? Have you watched that actually?
No.
You haven't watched? That is
I-
animated teaser for whole live alternative. We genuinely don't know what they're gonna make, but it's anime style. I mean, full on anime trailer for literally. They might as well just make isekai of all VTubers of Hololive in one world, because they pretty much show something like that.
I see. Interesting.
It's so
Yeah, I'm watching it right now.
yeah. Watched with the sound later. Mori Calliope sings the song in Japanese.
Really?
Yeah. I think we covered that.
I think there's only one thing that you need to mention.
Yeah.
So I haven't watched it, but I gotta ask, what the fuck happened to One Direct Priority?
Oh. Well, with what I mentioned before, and that there were some stories about that production that should started a lot earlier for that episode did not. And they pretty much did that 25 minutes of recap and 25 minutes of why. Why? I definitely wouldn't call this like ending episode. It doesn't even end it in a way. This wasn't a really good closure. It was really abrupt with so many stories that are introduced in the series. This is the first time I would still rank One Direct Priority, the first one, 10 out of 10. And this thing I would rate like 4 or 5. Just because it does literally nothing for the series. Literally, it doesn't add anything. It doesn't end it. They had strange abrupt ending for one character that had no sense. It feels like for no reason. All choices that are, they were not even, I would say, even a choices. They were just okay. It's just ending and it continues again. What? I genuinely think they can continue this series without even mentioning this special.
Oh god.
And I actually like that. They genuinely they can ignore this. So watch it if you want. It's literally like that. Series is still 10 out of 10 for me. I have nothing more to add to that. It's not. I won't even that I'm disappointed. It's really hectic with the studios and how they handle it. But what I know that I will definitely follow the work of the people that actually did and creator of One Track Priority because
Okay.
it's
Yeah.
really great.
Okay,
Cool. So shall we
I think that's it. Yeah.
close
Yeah,
it here?
we pretty much did it, I will say. Yep. Returning to our little studio with our AAP coffee cup. We need to
Maybe.
make that coffee cup.
Maybe we will.
So yeah, that was our little review,
Review. Yeah.
of spring 2021 anime season. Now there's a lot in the new one too, so we're gonna be jumping in on that train. Spring is
Soon.
summer is already packed with some good stuff. Maybe not as much. We still don't know. There's some new stuff that need to be checked when they get out. At least first episode, so you will get our hot take on new season 2, at least at the beginning of it. And hopefully we see you next Sunday this time. So
Or next Saturday.
Saturday, sorry. See, we move just one day and I already mess up. Yeah, Saturday,
So we'll
9 p.m. Central European time. So, till the next time.
see you then.
Sarabada.
Sarabada.
Yeah, in heck.